Ghana have no fear of rejection. Men in Ghana have no fear of rejection. By the time an American man would be thinking before they talk to a woman, dang, I wonder if she'll say yes or what's she gonna say, a Ghanaian man's shot is already halfway to the rim. I'm telling you, if they see you, they like what they see, they're gonna say something right then and there. The only reason they wouldn't is if you are in a moving vehicle. Other than that, especially if you make eye contact. So tell me why. I was in the club one night, right? And of course, like since it's day December and a lot of people are out in Africa at the time, there was a group of men that were like having like hookah. And this night I was just drinking wine, I was enjoying myself. And there was one, he's like kept winking at me. And I was in my head, I said, what am I about? I said, what am I about to do with that? I'm like, you think I'm about to get up and come over there because you winked at me? I'm like, what are you? I'm sat until further notice, right? There's another man in the section. I don't even know how we made eye contact that far away. He raises his glass, I raise a glass to him. Next 5 seconds, he's at the table. What are you doing? Like, what are we doing? There's no time being wasted. They are on a different type of timing. I guarantee it. They are very direct. They're gonna let you know what it is, and if it's and that's just the culture. That's just the vibes. It's like 24/7 motion. Men in Ghana have no fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 33 Men's Voice podcast. Today, we are here to react to this video and another one. You know, Dirty December just went by here in Ghana, and it was late in Accra. A lot of people all over the world trooping into Accra, enjoying the culture, the music, the food, and all of that. And December is gone. We are now in the month that has 65 days, January. And I'm now seeing some of this feed on TikTok, most importantly, women giving their perspective about the Ghanaian men and all of that. The attitude of the Ghanaian men and all of that. This video, this lady is saying that men in Ghana have no fear of rejection, like American men. And I'm doing this video in defense of American men, because it's not true. It's not true that the American man has a fear of rejection from women. No. If there's anyone that should have fear of rejection, it should be the Ghanaian man. I'm a Ghanaian. Okay? Most Ghanaians are so like reserved than the average American man. But the Ghanaian is protected from the harm, from the evil a woman can cause him at a nightclub or just approaching a woman than that of the American. In other words, the American man do not have protection from Me Too like the Ghanaian man has. Okay? So lady, it's not like the Ghanaian men have no fear of rejection from women like the American men, or than the American men. No. The Ghanaian man is protected. If the Ghanaian man is living under laws, nonsensical laws, like that one in America, where every woman should be believed, the Ghanaian man will not look your way like they look your way. Okay? So it's not like the Ghanaian man is that big man, whatever. Yes, over here, gender roles is number one. Men take our positions. We don't care about who you are. You have to behave like a woman, and we behave like men. Okay? But I will go details into that. Today, we have some Ghanaian men who have been feminized. Feminism was imported into Africa in the 80s. Just that what is saving the African men, the African society to a large extent, is that we still hold on to our culture. So today we have a lot to unpack on this video. So please, if you are still on up to this time, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share to someone, and then comment. I normally don't like asking people to do this, but YouTube says that the more you do that, it allows the algorithm to share this video to other people. So most importantly, if you like this content, it is informative to you, educative to you, please like, share, and comment. And then if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. Now let's go into it. Let's listen to the lady, and let me give her multi-view, and then let's listen to her and let me address the issues word by word. There's another video where another woman who has come to Ghana and enjoyed the culture is saying that the Ghanaian men have culture and all of that. American men don't. No, it's not like that. The Ghanaian men did not have our culture by accident. We fight to protect it. So let's listen to this girl.
In Ghana have no fear of rejection. By the time an American man would be thinking, men in Ghana have no fear of rejection. By the time an American man would be thinking before they talk to a woman, dang, I wonder if she'll say yes or what's she gonna say, a Ghanaian man's shot is already halfway.
Yes, because there's a bigger price for the American man to pay if he makes the wrong move, or if he comes around and speak to you and you are not interested in him. You can just drop yourself dead on the ground and say that he hit you or sexually harass you, or you get it. There are millions of instances with videos where an American man or a Western man was just being nice to a woman, and boom, that guy is on his way to jail. So yes, the American man will think twice before doing that. And I'll come back after listening to her. I'll come and give you what protects the Ghanaian man. Why the Ghanaian man don't have that fear of what can happen to him. Even though there are men, Ghanaian celebrities, who have been, there have been an attempt of Me Too on them. But yes, the laws in Ghana were made with common sense, were made with meritocracy. Like, we don't judge somebody negative or guilty because he's a man or a woman. It depends on the locus of your case. And so I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to and explain what protects the Ghanaian man in case he has been accused, wrongly accused, or falsely accused of harassment and all of that. We're going to go there. So let's listen to her.
I'm telling you, if they see you, they like what they see, they're gonna say something right then and there. The only reason they wouldn't is
if the Ghanaian man sees you and they like what they see, they're gonna say something. Okay? They do that, or we do that, knowing that if you falsely accuse me for saying what I didn't say, for saying that there's something I haven't done, our laws are not backed by belief all women. Bring evidence. Our law is evidence-based. Our laws are not emotion-based. This is what the American man wouldn't have, doesn't have. Okay, so the American man will think twice before approaching you. And if you check, today, most American men are avoiding the nightclubs and the bars. Let's continue.
Moving vehicle. Other than that, especially if you make eye contact. So tell me why. I was in the club one night, right? And of course, like, since it's day December and a lot of people were out in Africa at the time, there was a group of men that were like having like hookah. And this night I was just drinking wine, I was enjoying myself. And there was one, he was like kept winking at me, and I was in my head. So what am I about? I said, what am I about to do with that? I'm like, you think I'm about to get up and come over there because you winked at me? I'm like, what are you? I'm sat until further notice, right? There's another man in the section. I don't even know how we made eye contact that far away. He raises his glass, I raise a glass to him. Next 5 seconds, he's at the table.
Yes, you see, we in Ghana, growing up, dealing with women, we look down upon. Going to a nightclub is looked down upon here. Going to the nightclub and get drinks and be around women is looked down upon. In America, it's a normal thing. If you're 90 years and above, 80 years and above, you can go in so many homes. Okay? So the Ghanaian guy, apart from the law protecting him, having his life together and getting to the nightclub, getting some drink, getting tipsy, he will want to speak to as many women. And the good thing is that if you try to accuse him wrongly, he has two ways of getting justice from you. The American men don't. Okay? And majority of American men now realize that, like, from what the point of view she's speaking from, she also only looking for male attention. And majority of the time, majority of the male that will talk to him, he wouldn't want anything meaningful from you. He just wants your attention. And most American men have waken up. They are like, the juice is not worth the excuse. Most of them now see their attention as a currency and they do not give it out anyhow. Well, we Ghanaians, up to today, your mother, your parents, your sisters, your family, those who go to church, wouldn't want you to even step a foot at the nightclub. Wouldn't want you to be talking to women anyhow. So the Ghanaian man getting to the nightclub like he feels a ton of autonomous in himself. And therefore, getting there, you will want to speak to as many women as he can. At the back of, well, what can happen? The only thing that I can lose is that, yeah, she will not be interested in me and not even give me her number. And that's okay. But as to whether I will be accused of Me Too, Grape, harassment, essay, and all of that, well, it can happen. It has happened to quite a number of Ghanaian men, but the law take into consideration hardcore evidence. The law is not based on emotions like in America. And why? Because most of these laws were lobbied by the feminist movement in America and most Western countries. And as I say, politicians all over the world are like prostitutes. They lie down for whoever can pay. You understand? So don't come and ask me, and by those laws in the Western countries were made by men. Yes, it was made by men, politicians who were sponsored and lobbied by feminist organizations that support feminism. So the Ghanaian men will have no fear of rejection from a woman, or because when it comes to the critical moment of being accused of something sexually untoward, the court system is not based on emotions. It's based on hardcore evidence. And we have our traditional way of also seeking justice. And that one is most powerful than the court system. And that one is more just than the court system. I'll go to that point. Okay? I want the lady to finish talking, and I tell you the other system of justice that we have.
You don't like that's what are we doing? There's no time being wasted. They are on a different type of timing. I guarantee it. They are very direct. They're gonna let you know what it is, and if it's cool. And that's just the culture. That's just the vibes. It's like 24/7 motion.
Yes, we may be direct and all of that, but
Men in Ghana have
we
no.
are direct. We are direct at the back of protection. The American man, as you were saying, may be moving around the bush because he's not protected. So now, let me bring my face fully and now explain to my brothers and sisters around the world. Look, now let me talk about the protection the Ghanaian man has as against the protection the American man do not have. Now, if an American man has been accused, or a Western man has been accused of anything sexually untoward, before the court rules that he is guilty, he begins to lose so many things in his life. And most of them he will never get back, even after his name is cleared by the law. This is the reality the American man have to face. Come to Ghana. When a woman accuses me of something and it goes to court, the courts look at evidence, hardcore evidence. After looking through the hardcore evidence and I'm guilty, I'll face the consequences by the law. That is that. Then we have our traditional spiritual system, the shrines, where if there's something between me and anyone, a man or a woman, a child or whoever, and I feel like I'm not getting justice, I'm innocent, but maybe the court system and the police are about to convict me without me being the culprit, at the time, if I'm in the police custody, I'll talk to my parents to go to a shrine and tell the shrine, the God, that if I did whatever I have been accused of, may the gods deal with me. May they make me confess, or may the gods kill me. May they make me die if I, in fact, did what the girl has accused me of, or the woman has accused me of. Are you following? Now, then we move to the next stage. If our son have not done that to a woman, and the woman is falsely accusing him, then the gods should make this woman come out with the truth, or may she die. So, and this is a video that I'm about to do. The only people who get accused of some of these things in Africa, and sometimes they didn't do it, but they go to jail for it, are Christians. Are Christians, because it's only a Christian that will be accused of something and he did not do it, but the accuser was able to argue in the court and he will go to jail. But me, a non-Christian like me, you can't accuse me of anything I didn't do. Because if you do, it is do or die. Whilst the case go to court, I will go to the shrine and then perform the necessary ritual. If I did it, if I did whatever I'm accused of, may I die. If I didn't, may whoever accusing me die. Yes, this is what the Ghanaian man has, that the ordinary, the African American man or the American Western man do not have. So it's not like the American men are insecure, they are they are afraid of rejection by women. No. If there's anyone who will have the boldness to face a woman, it is the Western woman, the Western man. Because so many things that we see as taboo here in Ghana, in Africa, they do not. But today, the Western man, the American man in particular, is protecting himself. I'll do a part 2 of this video, where a former vice president of the United States have vowed never to go out with a woman that is not his wife. And now a lot of companies are cutting down mentoring of women, because you just being in a proximity with a Western woman is the easiest way of losing your life, your livelihood, your dignity. But 99% of the time, it's not the case in Ghana. I've told you, we have 2 systems of justice, the court and the shrine. And the shrine is powerful. Let me say this. It may sound funny, but it's so important. In Ghana, there's this radio station that does the paternity court program. If a woman has slept with another man and given the child to a different man, which is paternity fraud, when the DNA result comes and says that this woman was not faithful, sometimes the woman can slap the man, insult him, and all of that. But when they go to a shrine and the shrine says the woman slept with another man, the women don't say a word. They don't say a word. Because they know, if they dare, when they know that they indeed slept with a different man, and they dare utter any word towards the man they've wronged, they can die. So this is what the Ghanaian man has, the protection the Ghanaian man has. and the protection the American man, the Western man, do not have. So please, dear sister, thank you for coming to Ghana and enjoying the December, but please don't do that comparison. Men are almost the same no matter where we are. Women are almost the same no matter where we are. If the Ghanaian laws were not created like this, and we have Me Too, believe all women, the Ghanaian men will not be bold like you are describing. Recently, let me give this story. A girl took a man to court, asking the court to force the man to divorce his wife and marry her because the man, a married man, has promised to marry her, divorce the wife and marry her as a side chick. The man bought him a car. He won the court. The man went for the car. He won the court to collect the car for him and collect certain amount of money. The court came out and they said no. Even in Ghana, not married and having an affair with a man, our culture fronts on that. But you people are doing it anyway. So you cannot do what our culture fronts upon and bring it to court for us to force the man to divorce his wife and then marry you. So at the end of the day, they slap the girl with 10,000 Ghana cedis fine to pay for the man's legal fees. The man has gone to collect the car he bought for the girl because after you started dating, the man started seeing another man in a room, a house that he rented for you. So he said, I decided to pay for 3 years of the rent. I've paid for 1 year, continue living in it. When the rent ends, pay it by yourself. And then give me my car. So this is how commonsensical the laws of Ghana are. And this is why a man will approach you respectfully, politely, and will not be afraid of being sent to court for what he has not done. Because the court will ask for hardcore evidence. And our system, court system also has inculcated some of our cultural values in them. So that's that. Let's move on to a second December in Ghana experience. Still about Ghanaian men versus American men. Okay? Yes, we are one. I have been doing programs to want to bridge the gap between the diaspora, African diaspora, and the continental Africa for a long time. So I have grown in this business to a point where I don't have to see something that they are praising Ghanaian men and no. Now we even have to fight because feminism is permeating into our society. There are certain things that the American men that these people want to look down upon are doing right than even some Ghanaians. Let me give you a typical example. Some Ghanaians have some feminist or feminine ideas that they meet a woman and a foreign woman who do not believe in gender roles. These men are built on gender roles. But for some reason, they will simp and let this woman feel like, oh, yeah, I'll be the man you want. I'll be the man you want. But they won't. They will start a relationship with this foreign woman for a period of months, and then they let you know by their action that you have to wake up and cook. You have to wake up early in the morning and cook, and all of that. And me, I'm a polygamous man. I may marry one more woman in addition to you. And this 2024, I'm going to speak on this. This African and Ghanaian men who, when they meet foreign women, cannot tell them who they are, how they are built and wired. So let's listen to this video by our dear sister who has also come to Ghana and enjoying the Ghanaian culture, the men, the way we behave and all of that. Let's listen to her.
Ghanaian men and the traditions, they have such strong traditions here. Think about Ghanaian men and the traditions, they have such strong traditions here. And they know what a man is supposed to do within their household, within their community.
You see, she has never mentioned, and they know what a woman is supposed to do to be. But let's go continue.
I think that's the difference between American men and a Ghanaian man. Ghanaian men are brought up in that culture, whereas American men, a lot of them, like they're trying to figure this stuff out.
Yes, this video I will interject from the word go. Dear lady, welcome to Ghana, welcome to December in Ghana and all of that. But it's good you are doing this observation. But it is my prayer that you take this home and then let the American women also do what the Ghanaian men do with their Ghanaian women do with their Ghanaian men, which is why you are seeing men that you find attractive. The Ghanaian men did not become culturally influenced, traditionally influenced by accident or by chance. We are who you see us to be because the men and the women stay together to raise their children. We front on divorce to the last degree, even though divorce happens here. But the family system is so strong. We see the Ghanaian culture see divorcee women as failures. I'm not talking about a woman that was being abused and divorced. But the Ghanaian culture, we have a culture where a woman that do not try in a relationship where there's no physical abuse, mental abuse, a woman who do not try to let the relationship work, the Ghanaian culture frowns on that and sees such women as failures. And men who also jump from one marriage to another, we see them as failures. Is the American woman ready to embrace that? Is the American woman ready to embrace the culture of shame? No. So please, the American men did not come to this world by themselves. They came through this world by a man and a woman. And most of them, by the time the child is born, the man is nowhere in the picture. Some of them, I don't want to be the one to tell you how the men get out of the house. Some of the women, and as I said, in the 80s, feminism was imported into Africa. And we have portions of its negative effect here. We have pockets of feminists in our country. But because we are still holding on to our culture, the feminists are not winning and their behavior is not the leading image of the Ghanaian society. Okay? So, the American men grow up not seeing a father in their life, not seeing who a father is, how a father behaves, who a man behaves. Okay? I said I will do part 2 of this video and give some backgrounds. So yes, if you see it like that, it's not by accident. People go through sacrifices. Women go through sacrifices to make sure their children experience who a man is. Even where they had some reasons to leave those marriages, they did that so that their sons will grow up as men. They did that so that their daughters will know how a woman lives with a man. So, dear sister, it is not by chance, it's not by accident. It's not like once you are born in the Ghanaian community, it will happen like that. There are other women, other men who behave like the way the American men behave, but they are in the minorities. And the effect that it has on the women, there are other women in Ghana who are also going through the same effect of not having a father in the house, of not their parents not going through the traditions and the cultures that are laid down for the Ghanaian people. Let's continue.
But then traditional roles, though, because even the way they live over here, so our house, no man is there.
Yeah, most of the time we don't have a man in the house.
How? What happens? What gets the man out of the house? This is a beautiful conversation, and I thank the sister. But please, when you see the truth, put all the truth on the table. What gets the men out of the house? It has been a generation, women seeing raising children by themselves as okay. And the worst thing that you can do to a boy child, especially, is for a woman to raise them alone. And now there's this idea that if a woman is able to raise a child, to grow up, have food, have shelter, and education, that woman is a successful mother. No, you are not. You are successful in the face of your sisters, the sisterhood. But that child failed. That child who do not know how to treat a woman, who do not know how to hold his anger in face of altercation with a woman. You failed that child. But because you were able to make money to take care of him in school and buy food for him, provide shelter, this woman called themselves, they successful mothers. No, you are not. I used to love Tupac's Dear Mama until I got how Tupac's mother alienated Tupac from the father. That song is no more my favorite anymore. Look at what happened to Kat Franklin. You understand? So, yes, most of the kids grow up without a father in the house. Let's address it. It has to take the man and the woman to say that we are going to make the father stay. Especially the woman in the American system.
It's mostly you and the kids.
It's just us and the kids, raising our kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 40 and my son is 20. How old is my son?
40 looks so pretty on you. Yeah, continue.
My daughter 18. So my son is 20. And I feel like a lot of the anger he had towards his father not being there, he takes it out on me.
Yes.
And I'm a woman, so I don't know how to.
Same.
I mean, we can only raise a man to the best of our capability. Like
Right.
yeah.
So, why has the 20 years, why is the man still not in his life? Instead of this boy putting his anger in making whatever, he's putting his anger on you. Because growing up, the only thing he has seen is how women express emotions and anger. And such men are even dangerous for the next daughter, the next woman, somebody's daughter. And ever since I started this show, I've been saying that nonsense of men should be allowed to cry, men should express their emotion, that is evil. Men are not supposed to cry. When women are frustrated, they cry and they get solutions. When a man cries, he does not get a solution. Men do not get solution by crying. It's a false narrative. It's a false science. It's not even a science to start with. But when a boy grows up with a man up to 20 years, that is what he will pick up. That's what he will pick up. And you Ghanaian men and women, look, where the Americans are, we are not far away from it. Some of us are already there. those of us who are killing our extended family system. Now, when we build our 3-bedroom house, we live there with our wife and our children alone. We don't have any extended family person living with us. That is how it starts. The reason why there will be some Ghanaian or a lot of Ghanaian and African women who raise children without men in their life, but these men grew up becoming strong men, is the extended family system. If there's no dad in the house, there's an uncle. There's another uncle. There's men always in the house. So when you start misbehaving, one uncle gets you and deal with you. But today, we built our 3-bedroom house and it is just us. And now, some Ghanaian women are also embracing that culture of I can take care of my children. And already the Ghanaian women in abroad, UK, Germany, London, they are the same level of their Black American community. And the painful thing is that soon, some of these Western women are going to see, they have already seen, and they are going to come out of the situation. But my pain and worry is the Ghanaian women, the African, the Nigerian women who are copying them. In the various countries, the Western countries, they find themselves. Well, that's why the Men's Voice podcast is here. We're going to do what we can to make sure feminism has no space in this culture. Please, if you just join, do subscribe, share, leave your comments. And if we have to respond to you, we'll do that. So let's finish with our dear sisters conversation.
For us as American women to then come over here and have Ghanaian men who are such strong traditionalists and have that mindset of what a man in a family is supposed to be, and we're not used to that. And it's disheartening and it's frustrating, especially if you're trying to date and marry a Ghanaian man.
Let me give this sister her flowers. You know, in as much as I'm being hard on her, the last word is the thing. But sis, here's the thing. You can learn. You can learn. Forget about what the West and feminism has told you. You can learn and get married to a traditional man. Because if you don't learn, let me tell you, let me tell you, because now we are family. The Ghanaians are going to go to the US. The US, Black Americans are going to come to the continent. Let me tell you, if you don't learn to accept who a traditional African person is, you may meet there are simps everywhere. You may meet an African or Ghanaian man who is a simp. And when you tell him, I don't cook, I don't clean, he will say, oh, lady, you have no problem. Yeah, you have no problem. You don't worry about that. And go into a relationship with you. And mostly, there are two types of simps. There are poor simps and rich simps. And most of the time, if you have American feminist mindset as a woman, mostly you will attract a poor simp. And that poor simp will agree to you saying you don't clean, you don't cook. Because me, the moment you tell me you don't cook, you don't clean, I am not negotiating with you. Period. Okay? So if you are not careful, if you do not make your mind to say that I am going into learn how to be a traditional woman, and that nonsense of, oh, I'll be a traditional woman when I'm being a traditional man. No, it's either you're a traditional woman by yourself or not. It's like you telling me, oh, I'll be a medical doctor. I've not been to a medical school, but the doctor in me will come out when I meet a dying patient. Bull crap. It does not work that way. You have to be it or you are not. So the danger of you holding on to this American Western feminist idea in relationship, in raising children, and when it comes to Ghana and Africa, is that if you are not careful, the men you attract as weak and poor simps, and they will agree to you not cooking, you not believing in gender roles only because you are the one who have some coins. And once the coins is coming, they will kowtow to that, but even to an extent. A time comes and he wants to live like the original African man, and it will bring problems. So, sister, thank you for bringing this out. I'm not doing this to bash you. I'm doing this for us to learn about ourselves. Okay? Now, feminism, as I always say, do not only affect women, it also affects men. Men who believe in 50-50 are suffering from the predicaments of feminism. That is the point. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for staying up to this time. The channel is Blacknificent Media. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. And if you have any video that you want us to react to it, send it to us at blacknificentmedia@gmail.com. blacknificentmedia@gmail.com. And we'll be happy to react to it or respond to it. Thank you.